Since Russia invaded Ukraine, NATO has upped the tempo of military training. A Cold War capability to send troops from the United States to reinforce Europe is back. Smoothing the rapid flow of forces across the continent is a new NATO organisation. JSEC is the Joint Support and Enabling Command at Ulm in South Germany. It's led by German Lieutenant General Alexander Zollfrank.
Our main task is to prevent Russia from attacking Europe and this deterrence piece. And we do this by preparing ourselves to defend Europe.
JSEC has a staff of 300 specialists. They include logistics professionals, but also military engineers and medics. The 25 contributing nations include the UK.
I just want to relay my thanks to you for the efforts that you've all been putting in.
The British Army's Major General Jerry Hewitt-Brooks is JSEC's Director of Plans.
What we're doing in this headquarters is a lot of analysis to try to understand the totality of what we need in order to deploy a large force across Europe. And by large force, I mean we could be talking 400,000 people, 150,000 vehicles. And that takes coordination, but it also takes a network of routes and rail and ports and even the use of inland waterways. In fact, I think the only thing we haven't looked at is probably pack horse usage to be able to get forces across Europe at scale and quickly.
Large-scale troop moves through Europe can present huge challenges. Not all bridges are strong enough for tanks and heavy armour. There are tunnels that are too narrow. Different rail gauges cause hold-ups at some borders, forcing equipment to change trains.
For every nation, we have identified bottlenecks or choke points which exist and where the nations have to really enforce their efforts.
But NATO can't pay for infrastructure improvements. That's up to individual nations, and JSEC can only try to persuade them to fork out. So it's set up a reinforcement sustainment network, inviting delegates from NATO member countries to Ulm and achieving some success.
One nation, for example, provided us with the possibility to have an additional reception zone, so where we can land forces, we can accommodate them, we can train them, and as a basis for then moving on.
JSEC is also a kind of think tank.
The message gets across,
focusing on how best to support troops in a modern conflict. In the past, large stocks of fuel and ammunition could be hidden out of enemy range. But today, being far from the front line is not always as safe as it used to be.
Now I think with the sort of use of drones and long-range precision land-based weapons, you suddenly find a situation where you have to do your logistics in a different way.
Joint Support and Enabling Command was created after Russia's annexation of Crimea. Now the war in Ukraine has given the NATO organisation a new sense of urgency.
We don't have time. We have to use our time now, and we have to sit together, define the requirements together with the stakeholders in every country, and move the mountain. It's a mountain of work. It is really a big, big topic.
Rob Olver, Forces News, Ulm in Germany. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.